space.
Hello, and welcome to another high-impact episode of All Influencer Wrestling.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from New York, the Animal Princess.
I am, of course, your host for tonight's proceedings, the Clout Missioner, Captain Tyrion Guidel, kicking things off with our tag team match, teaming up the Animal Princess Mary with her friendly rivalry, let's call it, that has been kicking off with Battlestar Galactica. Tonight, these two are teaming together. It's going to be interesting to see how well they are able to coexist. Of course, Mary there displaying some of that druidic magic ability as she made her way down to the ring. We have lessened the restrictions on use of magic in the matches now. There is a limited amount of teleportation magic that we have allowed our competitors to utilize. And accompanied to the ring by Chris Caneas.
The captain, representing Chaos from Valhalla, the Tank.
Battlestar Galactica. Here is Mary's partner, accompanied by her #tank main counterpart Chris Caneas, who has been on quite a losing streak, so shifting his approach tonight to trying his hand at managing. And speaking of rivals, after Glix broke out in the debut triple threat match, we have paired up MJ, the Mother of Pain, along with Aria, to see how these two cooperate together. The only time these two have wrestled in AIW thus far has been in that triple threat match where they debuted, during which Aria did sustain an injury, which she has now recovered from, but unclear as to whether that was at the hands of Glix or the Mother of Pain. It will definitely be interesting to see how these two are able to tag together.
And from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lady Winters.
Here she is, our runaway Fae Princess. An interesting balance of teams, with both Aria and Mary having some measure of magical ability versus the more seemingly mundane Battlestar and MJ, although we really have yet to see what MJ's true capabilities really are. She is quite the enigma. Battlestar thus far demonstrating little need for any kind of magical ability, really just sort of plowing through everything, demonstrating that Team Tank main mentality in everything she does. As Mary and Battlestar stalking, as Aria drinks in the adulation of the crowd as a noble can. And here we go, kicking things off with Mary and MJ in the ring to start us out. And we're off. Wasting absolutely no time grappling in. Mary definitely making... Oh, Mary going for the pin immediately. Very bold move. Mary looking to kick this thing off right out of the gate. MJ saying absolutely not. Regaining control, MJ decides she wants none of Mary driving those antlers into the turnbuckle, and here we have the tag. Aria taking control. What is MJ lining up here? And yeeting Aria for that flying headbutt there into Mary. Interesting double offense there from this mismatched team, one might argue, but they seem to be bouncing off of each other fairly well thus far. And there is that technical expertise of Aria Night Valley. Oh, but powering out by Mary. Just those clubbing blows to the face. That damage to that leg, though. I was locked in there for a little bit. That might have some issues later on in the match for our Druid Princess here. Oh, what does Mary have in mind? Oh, this is going to be very bad for Aria. Oh, and onto the hardest part of the ring right there. That is going to be awful for Aria tomorrow morning. And further onto that hard wood of the deck side area. Mary very much in control, taking a moment there to... Oh, and that is going to be the mistake for Mary. I don't think she saw that tag be made. Does she realize that MJ is now the legal partner? She does now. Oh, that was a phenomenal DDT there by the Mother of Pain. Flipping through, hurting herself a little bit there with that, but we've seen that from her before. The mutual impact offense from the Mother of Pain doesn't really bother her. She is more than happy to take some damage herself as long as she's able to do more to her opponent. Battlestar absolutely yet to get into this match. Mary taking a complete drubbing at this point. She really needs to get Val tagged in. And there's just that quick in and out. Mother of Pain there trying to keep Mary guessing, and off the ropes, and for that swinging head scissors takedown, around and down. Going for the pin. Battlestar saying absolutely not. Battlestar says this match is not going to end without me getting involved. Grappling up there with Aria. Oh, this is just descending into a brawl in the middle of the ring now. Val getting Aria out of the ring. Taking that spinning kick there from Mother of Pain. Well, Val wanted to get into the match, but I don't think this is what they had in mind. Well, Aria is now stunned on the outside, so if Mary can capitalize on this, this might be her opportunity, but... yeah, making the pin there by the Mother of Pain with Val standing right next to her didn't really work out. Not really too unexpected there. Oh, and there we go with the counter kick from Mary. She is really feeling it, going for that tag from Battlestar. Can she make it? Oh, interesting. The Mother of Pain seemingly almost baiting Mary to go for that tag. But no. Absolutely vicious. MJ is just toying with Mary at this point. Going back for that tag and driving her into the turnbuckle. And there's the tag to Aria Night Valley. Going once again for that. Yep, that tag team offense once again. And flying headbutt right into Mary. These two forming a surprisingly cohesive team at this point. Going for that already injured leg of Mary again. That same move once again from Aria. Val with the save once again. Aria, get out of my ring, she says, as Mary also takes the opportunity to roll outside for a quick recovery. It is not going well for the team of Mary and Battlestar right now. And once again, targeting that already injured leg of Mary. Mother of Pain back in. Val back up. Oh, and got the legs up for the counter. Mary is back up. This is her opportunity. Taking Mother of Pain back into the corner. She needs to go for that tag, but... oh, she is seemingly intent on getting a little revenge. Here we go. That's the move. Yes. Oh, but took a little too long. Mother of Pain fighting out. Still not able to make that tag quite yet. And up and down onto the back of the knee there. Absolutely destroying the back of Mary. I hope she had some good berries in one of those pouches, because she is going to need them after this. Seemingly trying to drag Mary back over to her corner for the tag there, but Mary able to muscle out. Still refusing to go for the tag. Oh, and at last, Battlestar has finally made it into this match. And I think she regrets it. Dropped straight onto the top of her head by the Mother of Pain there. Mary in to break up the pin. Not really sure what either Mary or Battlestar were going for with that. Neither of them really seemed to quite connect, but now there we have that power of Battlestar coming in. Didn't quite grab MJ on the rebound there, but managed to get that swinging chop right there across the top of the chest. MJ saying, look, this is how it's done. Head scissors takedown into the pin attempt. Val able to kick out. It's going to take a lot more punishment than that from our tank. Oh, punishment like that, right into the center of the back of Battlestar Galactica. And onto the knees. Mother of Pain at this point, arguably the standout of the match, absolutely pinballing around and just straight up teleporting across the ring there to tag in Arya Night Valley, who, again, these two are working as a much more cohesive team than Battlestar and Mary seem to be capable of right now. There's that head scissors takedown once again from Battlestar. And once again, Battlestar really showing off her athleticism here. The tank main mentality does not preclude from being a high flyer. And driving Arya's face right into the canvas there. Going back, steaming for the tag. Yep, Mary tagged back in. Mary is now the legal competitor. We have our two magical creatures in the ring fighting up, and Arya saying absolutely not, I'm going to get the better of this, and up and down onto the back once again of Mary. Arya seemingly wanting no part of that. It's like, nope, Mother of Pain, you're back in, and we're right back to these two once again. Kaboom, dropping Mary right onto the head. Battlestar still available in this, able to break up the pin. Oh, Battlestar going for, looked like some sort of DDT there, but Mother of Pain able to break it in and save Arya from that punishment. Val now dropped to the outside. Could this be the opportunity this team is looking for? And we got the spin, and around and down. Right there onto the arm. There is not a single limb of Mary that MJ has not picked apart at this point. Picking up, what does she have in mind? Whatever it is, Mary doesn't want any part of it. Able to muscle out of that grapple attempt. And up and down. Mary able to get a little bit of momentum back going, but Battlestar is nowhere to be seen for that tag. Still recovering on the outside. Going for a submission attempt of her own. And cameras did not quite catch what that was, but I think that was Battlestar trying to take Arya out, allowing Mary to go for that, but unfortunately for her, the Mother of Pain able to break that submission attempt. And as she's making her way back over, I suspect that is exactly what happened. Battlestar coming around as Arya makes her way back up onto the apron. I think Battlestar trying to prevent Mother of Pain's tag partner from getting involved there, but unfortunately didn't quite pan out. As MJ rolls out, Mary once again going for that tag. Battlestar is legal. Battlestar seemingly Noticing the Mother of Pain recovering on the outside there, saying, oh no, I'm not going to wait, we're taking this to the outside. And once again, these two trying to fly at each other, both missing and both taking the punishment. Back into the ring. Valstar, oh, I think she may have her eyes on Arya again, and she absolutely does. That's, once again, that swinging space takedown from Val, taking down Arya. If she can get a pinning predicament going on Mother of Pain right now, this may be the opening that this team needs, but Val just kind of observing, interestingly, Mother of Pain picking apart Mary. And once again, blocking that flying kick. Was that perhaps Val deciding she wants to win this match single-handed? Two, and kick out at the 2. Val still tanking through this punishment. Pulling back up. This has given Arya Night Valley enough time to recover. Oh, and once again, that DDT right onto the top of the head. That has to be it at this point. But no, Mary able to break it up before Arya can do anything about it. This has very much been a match of the partners keeping the match going. Neither one wants to watch their partner get pinned. And once again, we're seeing a different double team maneuver from this team now. And just go flying shoulder tackle in tandem over to Battlestar, who was able to make that tag out into Mary. We are back once again with Mary and Arya Night Valley, who once again, taking that opportunity from Val and Mother of Pain, missed the double flying attacks. At this point, you really have to think the competitors in this match would do much better if they would just stay grounded. Spinning elbow from Mary. Trying to position Arya Night Valley a little bit away from the ropes there, perhaps about to go for a pin and trying to avoid that rope break. Oh, going for perhaps another submission. Oh, retaliating against the leg damage done to Mary by Arya Night Valley, saying, oh, let's see how you like it, Mary says. Going for the pin at Mother of Pain, right there with the breakup, once again. Mary has absolutely had enough. Mother of Pain evicted to the outside. If she can capitalize whilst Arya is still recovering from that, this could be the opening that Mary needs. Up and over. That vertical suplex, she needs to capitalize. She needs to capitalize while the Mother of Pain is still preoccupied on the outside. Not enough. Arya Night Valley powering out. And it's Mary's turn for those clubbing blows to the abdomen of Arya Night Valley. Mother of Pain back in it at this point. Once again going for the submission. Mother of Pain's getting there and able to get there before Arya taps out. Little bit of showboating from Mary there. Perhaps a bit of a bold move at this late into the match, but going for that tag. And Battlestar is once again legal. Arya has definitely taken a great deal of punishment at this point. If they can find some way to get the Mother of Pain out of the equation, this may be the opening they need, but Battlestar not in a great position right now over in the opponent's corner. Battlestar is in a very dangerous position right now. Pushing back there against Arya, who caught that. Oh, that's the sound of that slap echoing right throughout the stadium. Back into the turnbuckle. Are we going to see that double team move once again? Oh, I think we're going for those flying shoulder tackles once more. And boom, Val is down. And seemingly stunned. Mary still on the outside as a difference maker, though. What does Mother of Pain have in mind? Oh, that twisting giant DDT from there. But Mary absolutely in position for that. Yep, this match continues to roll on. Mother of Pain now pausing relatively fresh at this point, but nope, saying Arya, You may be noble, but you're going to get to work. What does Val have in mind now? Oh, once again, that vertical suplex going over there. Oh, Val stalking Aria Night Valley here. She has something in mind. And it's the hole! Sensibly in her corner, but Mary not able to make it in time. Once again, Mother of Pain onto the outside. Perhaps maybe should have done that before hitting that finishing maneuver. Here we go. Are we finally going to see this team start to learn to work together? Yes. Mother of Pain still stunned on the outside. Oh, Val says, how's this? Mine has horns. Mother of Pain still stunned on the outside. Mary going for the submission maneuver once again, locked in the center of the ring. Mother of Pain nowhere to be seen. No, she's made it! She is back in! Barely made it in time, and Mary is not happy about this. A slight second later from Mother of Pain on that one, and you have to admit, oh, and Aria knocking Val off the apron. Mary sensibly rolling to the outside. What does Aria have in mind here? That is a precarious position from Lady Night Valley. Perhaps thinking a little better of it. No, she's going for... Oh, I think Mary caught that. That is not going to have gone well for Aria at all. Rolling through. Not going to pin them on the outside. Elbow drop onto the face of Mary. Taking a little bit of a moment to showboat. We're already at a 4 count. Perhaps sick of the interferences. Is Aria perhaps considering going for the count-out victory? Oh, able to crawl back in. Mary up and able to make it back into the ring. Ooh, uppercut to the back of the head there. And there we have Battlestar Galactica once again in the match. Oh, following through, taking that same move from Mary. And once again, Mother of Pain with the save. Oh, Val this time going for the high-flying maneuver. And she's up, and we got the space splash there from Val. Just barely in time. The Mother of Pain, absolutely the MVP in this match for her team. Oh, but going with that spinning DDT off the top rope there, Val trying to take her out. Now is not the time to showboat, Val. Now is not the time to showboat at all. You've got to go for that pin while she's still down there. Mary, nowhere to be seen, still recovering on the outside. Oh, just the abdominal stretch there from Battlestar. Really wrenching the gut of Aria. Once again, that Mother of Pain preventing the tap out. Seems at this point like Battlestar has decided to go maybe for the submission victory, realizing that they are not able to keep the Mother of Pain down long enough for her not to interfere with these 3 counts. Oh. Is Val thinking once again? It's the space slam again, driving down into that hole. But right there with Mother of Pain on the apron, that's no way that's going to be the end of it. Absolutely not. Boot right to the face of Battlestar. Mary once again, they're going for the... At this point now trying to get the Mother of Pain out, but didn't really work out too well for her. But has Mary been able to distract the Mother of Pain enough? No, doesn't seem to have. Keeping an eye out there, Val going with that showboating with the drop elbow there onto Aria, still right in that corner. Oh, and we have a reversal by Aria Night Valley. Oh, powering down Val for us. Oh, going for that arm, perhaps building up back to her own submission specialty. Mother of Pain now going out there to keep an eye on Mary. This is not looking good for the team of Battlestar and Mary. If Aria can put Val away right now, I think she has something in mind. Up and over and into the pinning predicament. Mary is taken out by the Mother of Pain on the outside. 2 and 3. That is it.
Here are your winners.
What a conflict. The Mother of Pain, absolutely the star of that match, keeping the team together for countless pin and submission attempts. You have to wonder what that means for the dynamic between Battlestar Galactica and Mary at this point. These two having a somewhat fractured friendly rivalry up until this point. How will this defeat play into their dynamic going forward? We shall find out. But next up on our card, we have 2 brand new Clout Chasers ready to debut. We'll be right back for that after these messages. Hi, I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Mincer, and the Clout Missioner of all Influencer Wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats. And sometimes, even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind. TinyHatLabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? TinyHatLabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, and TinyHatLabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet. And we are back.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Colorado, weighing in at 280 pounds, Big Magic Reynolds.
Here we have one of our 2 new debuting Clout Chasers in this match, the Artificer, Big Magic Reynolds, making his way to the ring. Absolute powerhouse of a competitor, this one has been cooking up all manner of maneuvers and techniques in the lab, and is now bringing them here to All Influencer Wrestling to chase that clout.
And his opponent, from wherever he wants, weighing in at 294 pounds, the Phantom.
And his opponent, we're not really sure where the Phantom came from. He just sort of showed up, and entered into the contest here. We definitely have here the battle of the big beefy lads. Steampunk Artificer versus Giant Goth. Definitely do not underestimate the Phantom just because of his size. He has that athleticism as well, as you just saw with that vault over the top rope into the ring. Both of these in their debut match, both absolutely out here with something to prove. This is going to be a fight. And here we go, getting right into things. And up and down though, you wouldn't think somebody would easily be able to pick up a man of the Phantom's size, but you cannot underestimate the Artificer. Just boot right down there to the face. Big Magic Reynolds absolutely proving he can make some big magic inside of the squared circle. Oh, clubbing blow to the back of the Phantom. Reynolds absolutely in control at this point. Oh, wrenching and pushing down to the mat. Oh, clubbing overhead blow to the back. Seemingly the area that Reynolds has decided to target. Positioning himself around. What does he have in mind? And up and ooh, smashing the knee straight into the canvas. Quite a bit of limb manipulation from Big Magic Reynolds in this match thus far, and there we maybe see why, perhaps going for the leg damage to build to a submission finish later on. Oh, and there we have Phantom able to get the knees up. Could this be the shift in momentum the Phantom needs? Big boot into Big Magic Reynolds. Oh, and drop kick between the legs. This is the momentum shift he was waiting for. Oh, but that pose. Reynolds says, absolutely not. You gave me an opportunity and I'm going to take full advantage of it. Just squeezing, trying to crush the abdomen of the Phantom there, who was able to get those elbow blows in to try and power his way out. Ooh, kick right to the gut of Reynolds there. Oh, spitting the mist into the air there. Oh, the disrespect being shown by the Phantom. The tap-tap boot. You know what's coming, and here it is. Oh, this is the momentum shift we've absolutely seen in this match now. Phantom very much in control. Reynolds able to power out, but that did a decent amount of damage to him at this point. That has to be hurting now. Ooh. Kick right to the gut, and what does Phantom have in mind? Oh, just picking up Reynolds like a sack of potatoes and throwing him around. 1, 2, that could be it. No, Reynolds able to power out. Reynolds in this match. Reynolds determined to prove what he can bring in this, his debut match. Oh, smart move there by Reynolds, seeing that big boot coming and sending the Phantom flying to the outside. Can he capitalize? Elbow to the back. Oh, bouncing the Phantom's head right off of the announce table there. I, of course, am safely back in the captain's cabin announcing from back here, where I want absolutely no part of this match. Phantom sending Reynolds back into the ring. Oh, and there once again, that missed from the Phantom. I don't think the ref saw it somehow. Reynolds stunned. Abel still to power out. Phantom thinking he's going to go for that miss there, but I promise you, somebody who has spent the amount of time in the lab as Big Magic Reynolds, he is used to accidentally inhaling noxious fumes. Oh, flying kick directly to the face, though. Oh, and swinging clothesline there. Phantom very much now feeling comfortable and in control. Reynolds defending against those clubbing blows to the face, able to get the arms up. Phantom maybe showing some frustration there with that kick to the gut. Oh, and here we go. Reynolds taking the opportunity, powering back through, going for the pin. I suspect that's not going to be enough to put the Phantom away, and indeed it's not, kicking out at one. Oh, avoiding the kick there, did Reynolds. There we go, got that on the rebound of his own. Horns up, Reynolds says, picking up the Phantom and slammed. Oh, Phantom able to counter that, I believe. Once again, going for those clubbing blows to the head of Big Magic Reynolds. Phantom is just stalking prey at this point. Reynolds able to get that leg sweep in, though. Phantom able to roll away from the grapple, and here we have once again the hug of death coming from Big Magic Reynolds around those ribs of the Phantom that have been battered and bruised thus far. You have to imagine a competitor like the Phantom would be distraught at the thought of tapping out in his debut match, and so once again going for that, fighting the blows to the head to so invested in this match I've lost my ability to speak. You know, the blows to the head to break that bear hug. Oh, and to the inner thigh of that. That is going to really hurt. Reynolds able to power up. Oh, and that well pulled back for that big punch. Reynolds stalking Phantom at this point. What does he have in mind? And is he going up? He is. It's up, and it's the 2! Wait. Those dark powers of the Phantom able to teleport himself behind Reynolds. What does Phantom have in mind? Oh, a swinging DDT through the ropes there. Were it not for these mystical abilities of the Phantom, Reynolds would have had that in the bag, absolutely. And I think Phantom knows it. He is clearly out to punish Big Magic Reynolds at this point. And again, that disrespect being shown. Got to get him back into the ring, though. Bounces off the turn post there. Able to get in. If Reynolds can... Oh, no, Phantom breaking the count out there. Saying this is not going to end that way. Spinning lariat from Phantom. Ooh, and you heard the knees of Big Magic Reynolds buckle as he hit the wood of the deck out there. And just being picked up. What does the Phantom have in mind? Tossing him onto the ship's siding there. And once again into the ring post. starting to raise the question of, has the Phantom's lust for punishment of that almost loss to Big Magic Reynolds here caused him to lose focus of this match? We're at a 6 count from the count out at this point. If he doesn't get Zero back into the ring, and Zero able to catch that, he is powered back through, but both of these two, if one of them does not get back into the ring at this point, we're going to end this match in a double count out. Oh, those chops to the chest of the Phantom. There's the 8. And they're both able to get back into the ring just in time. Up, and that knee to the gut of Reynolds and the spinning back kick. And that finally did it. The Phantom taking this match thanks to those mystical powers of his. Reynolds has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of after that showing, however. The Phantom definitely putting the All Influencer Wrestling roster on notice. Zero, however, also making very clear he is here, and he is one to be watched as well. We'll be right back with our next match after just another short round of messages. We'll be right back. What a try. What the hell is this game? And she came down the stairs, breast in boobily.
I wasn't ready. Woo, that was good.
Nope. I looked at the map, went, where's the boss? Oh, it's that way, and immediately went in the wrong direction. If that is not a perfect example of my sense of direction, I don't know what is. You're the new farmer. I see. No offense, but you look like you've never held a tool in your life. Excuse me, Jim. I am well adept at holding my tool. Thank you very much.
The Flow Guardian, not me.
The God Emperor made me do it!
The God Emperor made me do it. Yes. Oh, can I get away with yelling that in real life, please?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 158 pounds, Stephen Joyce.
And welcome back to All Influencer Wrestling. Here we have the match of the Stevens. Stephen Joyce takes on the unpredictable Steve Sparks. Steve Sparks requesting this match fresh off his defeat in his unsuccessful attempt to capture the Soul Clout Championship from the Dreamer Abel Theron last week. Stephen Joyce taking on Sparks' ally, we shall say perhaps ally, perhaps manipulation victim in Brock. Sparks very unhappy that Brock was unable to put away Stephen Joyce and has decided today to take the match into his own hands.
You ready for this? Let's go!
And his opponent from Minnesota, weighing in at 268 pounds, Steve Unpredictable Sparks.
Last week, Stephen Joyce triumphant in his David versus Goliath match against Brock. How is he going to fare against the unpredictable Steve Sparks? Sparks absolutely with a chip on his shoulder after his unsuccessful attempt to go for the Soul Clout Championship. You have to imagine he's going to be looking to take out some of that frustration on Stephen Joyce. And here we go. The determination of Stephen Joyce there in the corner. Just getting shoved back by Steve Sparks there, going with that blow to the face, and immediately picking up the opponent and onto the top ropes. Sparks is not messing around in this match. Just wrenching the arm of Stephen Joyce there. Kick to the gut. As I said, Sparks is out here with a chip on his shoulder. He has revenge on his mind. Stephen Joyce able to get a little bit of momentum back. Sparks able to elbow to the gut, though, able to immediately throw off any attempt at Stephen Joyce of getting back into this match. And down. This is not a match. This is a mugging. Stephen absolutely needs to get a moment to recover here, but Sparks determined not to give it to him. Oh, he was able to get the elbow up there. And back off the top rope. There we go. Head scissors takedown. This might be the opening Stephen needs. A little bit of a shimmy there. Oh, able to hop over out of that attempt by Sparks. Tries to power through. The sheer strength of Sparks, too much. We got those kicks going from Stephen, though. And there we have the DDT. Just a kick out at one, though. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep the unpredictable Steve Sparks down. And up and oh, oh no. Oh, Stephen had that scouted. And dropping the knee between his own body and the deck of the wood out there. The wood of the deck out there, I'm sorry. Would have been effective had that landed, but Sparks saw that coming. And Stephen says, back out. We're going to try this again. Oh, but no. Sparks says, right, you want to come out? You're going to come out of the ring on my terms. Oh, and that's showboating from Sparks there, giving an opportunity for Stephen Joyce to get back into the match. And up, back into the ring. Stephen Joyce having something planned, but Sparks again just shoving him away, saying absolutely not. You try to get into a battle of strength with me. It's not going to go well for you. Oh, Stephen was able to just connect with that, I do believe. Got Sparks tied up in the ring apron there. Oh, the athleticism there by Stephen Joyce. He is absolutely showing off at this point. As if to say, Sparks, you've been underestimating me, and I'm going to show you what happens when people do that. Oh, Sparks saying, let me show you how another high flyer goes. Stephen saying, nope, see that? And there we go. And there it is, the swinging DDT this time. Clubbing blow, kick strikes out. Oh, and snaps out of nowhere. Is that going to be enough? Absolutely not. Sparks simply too resilient. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep him down. Stephen feeding off the crowd at this point. The energy of them very much hyping him up, going back up to the top rope again. He has some sort of move in mind. Able to catch this time. Splash off of the middle rope. Is he going back up top again, maybe? Nope. And hat slam! Hat slam. 1, 2... Oh, and kick out at 2. Barely making it, but Steve Sparks even able to power out of the hat slam. Stephen Joyce not letting up, but Sparks able to use that sheer raw power and aggression to get back into it. Back up to the mid-rope. Oh, this is... Oh, the wrenching up by the neck. That is awful for Stephen Joyce there. Trying, I think, to make his way to the ring to out of the ring to recover a little bit, but Sparks in the way. Wrenching the arm, perhaps looking for the submission finish now at this point. Oh, just 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes straight to the head of Stephen Joyce. That may well be it. No, he's able to reverse out again. And 2 running clotheslines. Is he going to hit the third? Oh, a bit of a misdirect there. Sweeping the leg out from under Sparks and going for the pin. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, I figured that would be it's going to take a little more than that to keep Steve Sparks down, but a wonderful little sequence there by Stephen Joyce going for the drop kick to the back of the head of Sparks. If he can keep this momentum up, but no, Sparks very sensibly rolling to the outside to recover. Once again trying it, and this time he connects. This time over the top, Stephen Joyce able to connect this time with Steve Sparks. Of course, the problem here is that he cannot finish this match on the outside of the ring. Oh, and Sparks playing possum there a little bit, perhaps. Getting Stephen Joyce to drive his own knee into the deck, but able to once again throw Sparks over his shoulder. Stephen Joyce in this match once again very much proving why you do not underestimate this man. The hats may be tiny, but the fight in Stephen Joyce is as big as anyone's. Stephen sensibly going for the count-out victory perhaps. This might be it. Is he going to... No. And waiting. And we have it! Stephen Joyce with the count-out victory! Stunning Sparks into the deck on the outside. Sparks is not going to be happy about that. That, I believe, is the first count-out victory we have seen here in AIW. Stephen Sparks winning that victory by any means necessary. Kicking out of the hat slam, kicking out of multiple pinning attempts. He says, fine, if that's not working, I'm going to try something slightly different. Excellent strategy there by Stephen Sparks, and that cannot improve the mood. Strategy there by Stephen Joyce, and cannot improve the mood of Steve Sparks. Next up here on All Influencer Wrestling, fresh off of his revenge attack against the Golden Ticket last week, when Ace Crimson is in action. Up next. Suplex the train! Himbo power! Come on. Need to pop more potions. Meteor strike! Oh, I can't suplex... Oh, yeah, that's right. I can suplex a train, but I can't suplex an octopus. And here is our octopus friendo. Can I suplex an octopus? Nope. Can't suplex an octopus, turns out. Too slippery. Can I suplex Ultima Weapon? So we're going to start chucking some shuriken. I can suplex Ultima Weapon. Come on. We're so close. Lift. Come on, Sabin. Come on. Suplex! Boom! Hippo power!
That's how it works,
left,
right?
Like, that's how it works, yeah. Hi, I am Chris Kinnears, aka the Painting Pirate. He can pronouns, variety streamer, miniature painter, all kinds of nonsense. And I am playing Captain Tyrion Guidal, the most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Norwood. And it has not escaped my notice that Captain is on Ink on Skin's art, but not on mine.
As it
which is
fucking should be, baby.
We are going. That is going to be addressed. That will not let slide.
No! Stop it!
A synthetic Twitty.
Okay. So,
No! Stop! You can't do this to us anymore.
You are too powerful.
alright, that's like too much power right
It's
now.
funnier because the transparent background didn't work.
It's really funny. Best clip, like 90s clip art ever.
Microsoft Word.
Never said graphic art is my passion more.
I know. Holy shit.
So, who the
Full
deal?
of hands who can't breathe.
Me.
Alright.
Me. Oh.
Who the deal? You would.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
Oh yeah. And, other captain. What was your initiative?
Other captain.
Not other
Primary captain, but 18.
Primary captain. Primary colors.
Look, before the end of this, it's going to be a PvP fight, and he's going to be an admiral because he's going to start taking people's ships.
No. Captain Ingon Skin's about to get murked by a Rakshasa. I'm fine. This is a problem that's solving
I don't
itself.
believe you.
It just
Violence.
try just kind of give
Captain
a side
Violence.
glare.
I'm playing both teams. I play all teams. Let's go.
This is you in real life, though, Syrup. This is why I say you
Yeah,
stay
it is.
hot.
Yeah, it is. I think
Don't call
I
me
was
out
about
like
to
the
say-
shortest.
Nope, too late.
I was about to do it anyway. I was coming for you.
I mean, that's why you're claiming you're a captain. You've just got endless ships.
Yeah. Wow. Fucking. Wow.
I would like to give my advantage to Pirate for that one.
I approve.
You are
My fire.
the one.
Desire. I don't know.
Believe.
This next line.
I don't know.
I want it that way.
Tell me why! I'm sorry, I got carried away.
This is the this is legendary action. I know words.
Oh my god. What?
Beautiful.
Who are you and what have you done to Chris?
Oh no, that's definitely Chris.
So good, bro. So good.
So,
Can I like just step in and just be like, I'm excuse me, somebody actually there's this small gnome person that just appears, and as I need a moment to react to Pirate right now, it's just like this is fucking Pulp Fiction, really? Anyway.
Yeah, did anybody see Tyrion with the scroll?
Yeah.
Where did that
okay,
go?
like
Where did that go?
I understand that like there's
So can
a
we get
union for a
runner?
y'all actor.
What? Why is there
I am so
the
happy.
hat?
He's
is
a
amazing.
Thordak burner.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
See, you may be the fur holder, but I am the captain. And snaps his fingers
Shut the fuck up.
to disintegrate the fur holder.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from London, England, weighing in at 242 pounds, Reynolds Crimson.
Welcome back. Renee's Crimson making his way to the ring for his special showcase match, a non-title match against the Dreamer, Abel Theron.
At 242 pounds, Reynolds Crimson.
Abel wanting to keep their skills sharp after their successful defense last week against Steve Sparks. They have been able to throw down with Renee's in a non-title bout tonight. You have to imagine, of course, should Renee's come victorious in this match, he would have to be at that point positioned as the #1 contender for Abel Theron's Soul Clout Championship.
And his opponent from Avalon, weighing in at 150 pounds, the Dream.
And here he is, our Soul Clout champion, the Dreamer, Abel Theron, able to keep the Dream alive thus far. Both of our champions thus far able to galvanize their reigns with a title defense each under their belts now. The question now remains as to whether Michaela Lane will be able to continue her reign when she faces our #1 contender Glix in her match in our main event later on tonight. And here we go, locking up once again. We have another one of these David versus Goliath matches that seem to be becoming quite prominent within All In Pro Wrestling. But as we have seen multiple times now, Abel Theron absolutely able to fell opponents significantly larger than him. And there we go, going for that spinning scissor takedown onto Renee's, felling this tree trunk of a man. And Renee saying, nope, just going to throw you straight into the turnpost there. And neck breaker from Renee's. Trying to prevent Abel Theron from swinging out of the ring to get some recovery going, able to just knock him straight to the ground there. And once again, we're seeing this again, the larger man just shoving his smaller opponent around. We saw it with Stephen Sparks against Stephen Joyce, and we're seeing it now here again with Renee's versus Theron. And bouncing off the post, and there he goes once again, able to drag Renee's back down to the canvas. Which is that fighting style of Abel Theron. He may tower over him, but he is absolutely going to drag you down to the mat, where height really does not matter, and is going to just manipulate your joints into some sort of victory for him. Renee's sensibly rolling out to the side of the ring to recover for a little bit, but perhaps putting himself in a very, very dangerous situation here. And, yep. Oh, and that diving takedown maneuver from Abel Theron. I'm not sure what that is called. He calls that, but that was an impressive maneuver nonetheless. Of course, normally, if this were a title defense match, Renace would absolutely not want to be going for anything other than a pinfall or submission victory. But with the title not on the line, even a count-out victory would put Renace in a greater position to perhaps make a case for himself as the next contender for that Soul Clout title. Catching the leg of Abel Theron there. Oh, able to kick his way back out though. And up. Oh, and that is going to require some expensive dental work. Bouncing his jaw right off of the ring apron there. Renee seemingly not happy to shoot for that count-out victory. He is taking this back into the ring where this can be finished. Able to get that counter though once again. Grabbing one of those limbs of Renace and going with the kick to, and we're seeing those running clotheslines. Same strategy we saw in that last match from Stephen Joyce, in fact. Diving at the opponent into the corner there, and is that going to be enough? No, absolutely not. Kicking out at one. Back up to the top. Theron scouting out Renace, almost daring him to get up. What does Theron have in mind in this situation? Oh, and same within the ring this time. That once again dragging arm takedown maneuver. Oh, and just kick to the face by Renace Crimson there. Followed up by another to the back. And again, just inflicting punishment upon the body of Abel Theron at this point. And once again, another kick to the face. Back body drop. Oh, and again, that tap boot. When he's scouting out Theron, he has something vicious in mind here. And up, oh, and there's that hanging vertical suplex, and down, oh, straight onto the neck of Abel Theron. That has to be it. Even as resilient as our champion may be, there's only so much punishment the human body can take. But still not enough. He says no, he is determined in this match to show why he has that title around his waist. Able to roll out of the way of another backdrop attempt by Renace Crimson. Those rapid, quick succession blows. DDT down to the mat. This is that quick turnaround that Abel Theron has become known for. Flying punch down into the face of Renace on the mat there. Ren going for the kick up. He is still up in this. His own striking blows of offense, and over there with the suplex. Theron rolling out of the ring to gain a little bit of recovery time. But Renace this time going up to the top rope. What does this giant man have in mind from up there? Theron had it scouted, able to duck out of the way for there, and Renace is going to suffer for that, absolutely. Dropping his own tailbone onto the decking of the ship there. Theron absolutely in control at this point. Renace taking a bit of a breather. He has some time before the count-out ends, but... oh, there he goes. Pulling himself back off of the side there, just taking a moment to catch his breath. Probably a sensible move as long as he can get back into the ring, which he does. Straight into another set of blows from Abel Theron, however. Of course, the downside with that moment Renace took to recover is that Theron has taken the exact same amount of time. And what does Theron have in mind here? Oh, just sets of just striking, clubbing blows to Renace, and there's that head scissors takedown once again. Renace looking, staring up at the lights at this point. Is that going to be enough? Nope, still able to power out at 2. Theron hauling Renace Crimson back to his feet there, and going for the overhead. Oh, no, Renace able to counter, grabbing him and going for that overhead shoulder slam. Hauling Theron back up to his feet. Renace up onto his shoulders. And, Oh, down onto the mat. That has to be it. Well, not Renace. Maybe had the opportunity to go for the pin there. Seeing the resilience of Abel Theron going, no, I'm not going to let that slide. There needs to be more punishment inflicted. Whether that's trying to keep our champ down or just letting out some of the frustration Renace has been experiencing over the last couple of weeks. Either way, it's an unpleasant situation for the Dreamer Abel Theron at this point. Oh, but he is able to get those overhead kicks in, powering out, but that hold was in there for a long time. Theron has to be feeling that now. This time, able to hit that slam, though. Coming out of nowhere. 1, 2. Is he going to do it? No! Renace still able to power out. No matter what Theron throws at him, Crimson just will not stay down. Clubbing those blows to Renace. Oh, got him dragged between the ropes now. Oh, pushing the man's neck into that middle ring rope. Coming outside to inflict more punishment. Spinning over there while driving Renace further into that wooden decking of the ship. Oh, Ren able though to get that kick up. He is now back in control a little bit, maybe. Nope. Another knee from Abel Theron. These two are shockingly evenly matched all this time, it seems. Ren just vaulting over the top rope there, showing he still has more than enough energy. Oh, and catching that dash there from Theron up and over. Good ring awareness here by Renace Crimson, making sure that Theron is not by those ropes. Cannot go for the rope break of the pinfall attempt that you have to imagine Crimson is stalking at this point. And here we go once again, that hanging vertical suplex into the neck break. That's it. That has to be it. That is the second time Theron has been dropped onto his neck like that. 2, and that is it. Crimson has put away our champ. Wait. That's the Golden Tickets music. And a sneak attack from behind. Golden Ticket returning. After that brutal beatdown by Renace last week, the Golden Ticket makes his return, saying Renace does not get to enjoy that victory. The rivalry between these two is far from done. The question now becomes, with that victory over Abel Theron, Renace does have a claim to be the next challenger for the Soul Clout Championship, but with this ongoing business with the Golden Ticket, you have to imagine that's a lot for one man to contend with. Whilst we process what just happened there, we'll be back in just a moment for our next match, which will be our next 2 debuting Clout Chasers as we continue to roll on here on this thrilling episode of All Influencer Wrestling. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, most dashingly handsome pirate in all of Minster, and the Clout Missioner of All Influencer Wrestling. As a swashbuckling pirate, I know a thing or two about hats. And sometimes, even I feel the hats I own are just too big. So when I feel the need for minuscule millinery, there's only one place that comes to mind. TinyHatLabs.com. Tiny Hat Labs have always sought to push the boundaries of what's possible in client engagement millinery feedback solutions. Their guiding question remains the same today as it was when they were founded. What if small hat, but tiny? Operating at the nexus of science, engineering, artificial intelligence, art, fashion and design, Tiny Hat Labs seeks to pave the way to a paradigm shift in headpiece technology. While others ask, how much? TinyHatLabs.com asks, how little? I'm Captain Turiant Guidel, and TinyHatLabs.com is my favourite place for hats on the internet. Welcome back for another 2 debuting Clout Chasers.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to
Brand new here to All Influencer Wrestling. The Sun Soul Monk, Saraya Violet. And here's her opponent debuting as well, Candy Holiday. Described by some as what if Gem and the Holograms were fused with a biker, Candy Holiday here to make her mark in All Influencer Wrestling. Of course, Saraya Violet there on the outside, also very, very eager to come out on top in this match. These two, everything to prove, nothing to lose. And we're off. Knee strikes there from Candy. I suspect this match is going to be a straightforward striking offense from Candy Holiday versus the martial arts experts training that Saraya Violet has experienced throughout her life. And again, just immediately going for the sleeper hold there by Candy Holiday. But able to power out as Saraya Violet, who needs to get onto the right foot in this match. Very much on the back foot thus far. There we go. Hip toss. A striking boot to the back, and there's that leg drop. And another there into the face of Candy Holiday, going up to the top rope. Oh, going for a bit of a... and just striking there straight into the butt of Saraya Violet does Candy Holiday. Saying, no, you cannot take your eyes off me, not for a moment. Oh, and just a jumping knee strike, though, from that run. Excellent. And up and over there into the turnbuckle, driving Candy's face straight down there. Saraya going for the pin. Too early in this match. Candy, has a lot more to give in this match yet. Oh, Saraya just stalking Candy Holiday in the corner here. Definitely getting some revenge for that initial opening salvo. Violet, very, very much the one in control of this match at this point. Just those stinging knee strikes to the gut, followed by that spin. But Candy says, you got strikes, I've got strikes too. Just raining down those blows there. Oh, going there once again for that sleeper hold. Cutting off the oxygen to Saraya Violet. Very smart move. Doesn't matter how skilled and how trained you are. It takes oxygen to move your body the way Violet does. But once again, able to drop that stunner there to get out of that grasp. Docking under the row, and again one of those jumping knee strikes from Saraya Violet. Oh, and a kick straight to the gut. Dragging out from the ropes and just tossing her down to the mat there, going for the pinfall. Perhaps arguably a bit of a slow count by the referee there, but enough time for Candy to be able to power out, still keeping herself very much in this match. Spinning back kick by Candy Holiday, taking Saraya down to the mat. What does she have in mind now? Oh, flying Superman punch there by Candy Holiday. Is that going to stun Saraya down to the victory? Not enough. She was able to kick out at 2. The match continues on. Hauling herself back up from the ropes there. A very hard-hitting match between these two competitors. Oh, not quite able to land the kick though that time was Candy. Maybe got a little bit on the rebound, but not quite enough. Just the sheer power of Violet there, able to just toss Candy around down to the mat. Oh, once again though, going for that flying punch off of the rope. Second one of those landed. Is that going to be enough? She doesn't think so, going for those back strikes. And just straightforward, all fists, all strikes. Stomping a hole through the midsection of Violet there is Candy Holiday. Quite an adept striker. Maybe going for a bit of a power move. Oh, and once again another jumping, flying elbow there. Saraya still in it, but Candy seems to have something scouted. What may she have in mind? Running through there into the turnbuckle. Oh, and Saraya able to dodge out of the way. This is a very unfortunate position for Candy Holiday right now. Turned up like that. She is at Saraya Violet's mercy right now. Oh, and a spinning roundhouse kick from Violet. That may well be it. 1, 2, no! Holiday still in it. Violet cannot believe that she kicked out of that. Taking her position up in the corner, waiting for her opponent to get back to her feet. Didn't wait quite long enough there, going for that kick. I think she perhaps thought Candy Holiday was going to be back to her feet a little sooner than she was there, who now has a maneuver of her own seemingly scouted. Oh, and hoisting Saraya up onto the... Oh, and just dropping into the knee strike. And that is it. Candy Holiday putting away Saraya Violet in their debut match.
Here is your winner, Holiday.
What a hard-hitting match between these two new clout chasers. Well-fought match between both of them. Neither one has anything to be ashamed of. As Holiday makes her way out of the ring, you have to wonder what her plans are for her future in All In Thoughts of Wrestling. And after that, Saraya Violet definitely has something that she needs to prove now. You have to wonder what her next plans are going to be. But if you thought that match was hard-hitting, we have one more match to go before our main event. And next up, we have a triple threat match. It's Falls Count Anywhere. It's Ashapal versus Lucette Foster versus Jennifer Storio. We'll be right back with that in just a moment. Welcome back for this sure to be a very hard-hitting triple threat match between these three very determined competitors.
The following is a triple threat Falls Count Anywhere match. Making her way to the ring, representing Team Bring It, from parts unknown, the Warrior Princess.
Lucette Foster making her way to the ring, this high-flying firecracker former fighter pilot definitely has the height disadvantage in this match between the towering forms of Asha Paul and Jennifer Storio, but as we've seen multiple times tonight, that does not mean you need to underestimate anyone in that ring. And speaking of people you should not underestimate, here she comes. Jennifer Storio not having found too much luck here in All Influencer Wrestling as of yet. You have to imagine she is going to be holding absolutely nothing back in this match, which once again, let me remind you, this match is Falls Count Anywhere. No countouts in this match. They will be just as able to get that pin or submission on the outside of the ring as within it. And here we go, and once again you can see Lucette there, just the diminutive form compared to these two towering titans, but she's the one, she knows that she's going to be the underdog in this fight, able to go in there with that immediate assault on Asha Paul. Jeneth, meanwhile, just absolutely showing off by straight up just deadlifting Lucette over the head there, giving Asha Paul perhaps time to go for something. And oh, the sheer power of Jennifer Storio having Asha Paul up onto the shoulders to go down there, but that's what I'm talking about. Lucette capitalizing, getting that knee strike in there, going for that head blow. Getting a receipt there from time, and the athleticism of Jennifer Storio on full display there with that takedown. What does Lucette have in mind here? Getting some strikes into the gut of Jennifer Storio. Noticing that... Oh! Going for weaponry. Smart move by Lucette. Of course, weaponry with this Falls Count Anywhere match fully legal. Lucette trying to equalize her role in this match and striking to the face of Jennifer Storio with that kendo stick she has there. Of course, the downside for Lucette is going to be she can use that stick, so can her opponents. Oh, and with this is just brutal. Jeneth and Ashapol teaming up there to take out Lucette. But Ashapol turning her back on Jeneth for just a moment, getting her driven straight into those ring steps. And driving Asha's face right into the ring there. Not enough though. Lucette back again with that kendo stick, saying, "Come at me." Asha says, "Enough of that." Ignoring the stick herself, she wants to do this barehanded, it seems. But this now means that stick's right there at the feet of Jennifer Storio. And going for that abdominal stretch now on Ashapol. Ashapol may have that armor on, but it doesn't matter. When you're getting stretched like that, breastplate will not help you. Oh, trying to sneak through there was Lucette, but able to get caught by Ashapol, who now returning that show of strength earlier from Jeneth, saying, you want to pick me up and throw me around? I can do the same thing. Lucette's trying to get a little bit of distance between the two opponents, perhaps. Oh, and flying over that top rope, making that connection with Jeneth, but that may be an opportunity for Ashapol more than anything else. That hurt both of them. Asha being on the free side of that. Oh, what does Ashapol have in mind? She's got a baseball bat. That would be arguably an escalation from Ashapol at this point. Kendo stick is one thing, a baseball bat? Asha owned straight to the head of Jennifer Storio. Ashapol is not messing around. Lucette getting in the middle of that there and just getting a blow to the face by Jeneth for her troubles. Oh, that's a long way to fall onto that hardwood decking. They're going for the pin right in front of Ashapol. I think she maybe intended to get Asha out of the way a little bit more with that, but tripping right over the prone body of Lucette Foster, wasn't able to get Asha as clear as she maybe was intending. That, I think, is a bit more what Jeneth had in mind there, throwing Asha into the ring, but Lucette getting the better of that exchange, throwing Jeneth back in there as well, and now Lucette's the one with that baseball bat. Oh, and this is a dominant chance here for Jennifer Storio, going with that pedigree there. Getting Lucette out of the picture. Is she going to now try to follow up? One could maybe argue she should have gone for the pinfall on Lucette there. That may have been the chance that Jennifer was going to have in this match, but perhaps underestimating the smaller Lucette Foster, she wants to seemingly be the one to take down Ashapol. Which she has done, but gave Lucette enough time to recover. Is she going to go for that bat? I think Lucette needs to. She does indeed. She has some punishment in mind here, but took too long to get that keyed up. Jeneth able to get that bat. Oh, roll through though. Not enough. Giving Ashapol time to recover from the outside there. What does Asha have in mind? And overhead suplex there, but being stalked from behind by Jeneth. These two locking up once again. Oh, and Asha picking up. What does she have in mind? Going over to the turnbuckle there with Jeneth. And just slamming her onto the ground. Going for the pinfall. Lucette recovering in time, but didn't even need it. Jeneth able to kick out before even the 1 count there. Lucette taking advantage. 2. Jeneth back to her feet. Didn't need to make it. Able to get to the pin maybe just in time, but didn't need it. Asha able to power out. Oh, and kick right into the gut, going flying over there, did Lucette. And up and over. Lucette Foster now in a very unenviable position, trapped between these two titans, but able to get the leverage there working in her favor. Asha Paul sent flying, has that ring now, that baseball bat, sorry, but the escalation continues. Jeneth has a sledgehammer. We have gone kendo stick, baseball bat. Jeneth has a sledgehammer and is absolutely brutalizing Asha Paul with it. Lucette taking the opportunity of that distraction to come back with that baseball bat, however. And up and going to be down onto that hard wood of the decking. Lucette taking advantage though. Those quick strikes. Taking advantage of Jeneth's handiwork there. Jeneth not able to break the pin in time. The opportunistic Lucette Foster taking advantage of that slam by Jeneth onto Asha Paul to break in and steal the pinfall. A very smart move by Lucette Foster, but Jeneth Astorio is not going to be happy about that. Not one bit. Lucette basking in that victory, but she has very much just put herself in the direct targets of a very angry Jeneth Astorio. But that is Fallout for another time. Coming up next, it's time for our main event. Glix challenges the reigning Sold Clout champion, Michaela Lane, in our main event. Up next. We'll be right back. Welcome back for our main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the prestigious Internet Championship.
Fresh off of that triple threat in her debut, and then beating Jeneth Astorio in that #1 contendership match, Glix, on an undefeated streak here in AIW thus far, seeking to capture the Soul Clout Championship from Mac Attack Michaela Lane. I feel like I need to remind you at this point that Mac did steal that treasure chest from me. That is mine. That was in my cabin. Of course, Michaela Lane claiming that championship in the inaugural Crab Bucket ladder match, and able to retain it thus far. Can she go 2-0 against in these title defense matches, or will she fall to the powerhouse new arrival of Glix? I suppose I should point out after that last match, this is a standard rules match. No, Mac will not be allowed to use those swords strapped to her back. Those will be left at ringside. And there it is. That is what the Clout Chasers are all here for. The Sold Clout Championship. As we all know, nothing is more important than clout. Everything we do is in pursuit of clout.
Introducing the challenger from Chroma City, the Superstar.
And there she is, riding high off of this undefeated streak thus far.
And her opponent from Canada, she is the prestigious Internet Champion, Mac Lane.
And there she is, staring directly at that prize, not willing to give it up because it's shiny and she likes it. Frankly, I'm amazed she hasn't tried to hawk it yet. And that's it, showing that to Glix. This is what you're here for. This is what we are all here for. And we go, and unsurprisingly, Mac coming right out of the gate with that flying boot. This is how she fights. She's scrappy, she's vicious. It takes a lot more than that to keep Glix down. Michaela Lane here with the fighting style that some have described as like a drunken ferret. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Bouncing off of the ring there and delivering that strike straight to the face of Glix. Mac very, very much in control, trying to put this away. Very quickly, in fact. Almost a shockingly quick defeat there, but Glix able to power out at 2. Oh, and that strike to the gut. Glix desperately needs to find an opening at this point, and that may be it. And there we go. Glix needs to now keep that momentum going. Stalking Mac on the floor there. Missed the opportunity to pull her up. What does Glix have in mind? Bounce, and there's that flying kick. We've seen those flying kicks used to immense effect by Glix before. That is possibly the most devastating move in her arsenal. But taking the opportunity to showboat against Mac, not really going to work out too well for you. You can't turn your back on this one, Glix. Had enough of those boot strikes, it seems, to be able to catch that one just in time. And hauling her up. Here we go. Those running clotheslines. Pulling into, catch the boot, and sweep the leg. Glix going for the pinfall. I suspect that, yeah, only one. Trust me, Mac's a lot more resilient than that. Going for the boot to the head. Oh, what does Glix have in mind there? I thought she was almost going for a stomp with that, but Mac had it scouted, whatever it was, able to dodge out of the way just in time. Glix shifting to a strike version of offense here. Oh, and driving the back, just absolutely bouncing Mac's head off of the turnbuckle there. Tying her up at the top. What does Glix have in mind? Oh, just throwing it off to the deck. Mac able to bounce back and going with that powerful lariat there. Oh, Mac going, oh, you want to dance? I can dance too. She can't dance. Giving Glix the opportunity to get back into this match and powering her out onto the deck. Now, this is going to potentially be a problem for Glix, because bear in mind, this is a standard rules match. Even if Glix wins by countout, that will not necessitate a title change. She has to pin or submit Mac in the ring in order to claim the Soul Clout Championship. Mac able to get recovery, though. Oh, she was waiting for that. There's that canny fighting style of Michaela Lane, waiting to bait Glix into that overhead maneuver and then diving into the ring to get out of it, but overconfidence once again at the downfall of Michaela. And there it is, that running head spinning kick from Glix. It put Jennifer away last week. Is that going to be enough to claim the title for her? It is! We have a new champion! We have a new Soul Clout champion.
Here is your winner, and new prestigious internet champion, the Superstar.
Glix with all of the clout. Glix, undefeated thus far in all influencer wrestling, now sitting atop that division. The confidence of Michaela Lane proving to be her downfall. That little bit of showboating at the end there, giving just the opportunity Glix needed to go for that spinning kick and put her down. What a shake-up of that division here at All Influencer Wrestling. And with that, it brings us to the end of this thrilling installment. However, next week, Glix gets to hang on to that for just a little bit longer. Because next week, with another few debuts we have in mind, it's tournament time, my friends. Because we will be debuting for the first time next week the Chillionaire title. A tournament will be conducted to crown our inaugural Chillionaire champion. The bracket has been drafted. Michaela Lane now will be entered into this as well. The bracket will be announced next week right here on All Influencer Wrestling. And of course, next week, it's Abel Theron's turn. That defeat to Renee's Crimson earlier has to have Abel on the back foot. Will Renee's be challenging for it? Or will his business with the golden ticket be a distraction for him? We'll find out next week here on All Influencer Wrestling. I have been the Clout Missioner, Captain Tyrion Skydale, and as always, remember to stay #out for Clout. We'll see you next week.